Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with an announcement regarding the BHDL4 Week 1. So, unfortunately, there is not going to be a game this week, and I'll explain why. What happened was my opponent and I did set up a time and day to battle. I made the competition, made my team, the whole 9 yards, as you can see there on the screen, and we did go ahead and start the battle. Now, unfortunately, about 45 minutes into the game, yes, 45 minutes, that is a very long time, very reminiscent of the old DS days of Pokemon, although not in a good way. But 45 minutes in, the game got disconnected and was lost. So at that point in the game, my opponent was up in Pokemon against me, although I had felt that I worked my way into a pretty decent spot in the match that I could have potentially come back and won, although obviously we'll never know for sure. But additionally, the game said that the disconnect was on my opponent's side. So, very abysmal situation to be in, obviously. So, after talking with my opponent and the rest of the commissioner's team, my opponent and I decided to go ahead and have an immediate rematch in the same competition, since we still had some time left and everything was still locked in. But of course, the caveat was we were not going to try to recreate the match, just due to the fact that it was very long. There were quite a few hacks in the match, so it would have been next to impossible to recreate the game, even though that is kind of the standard procedure if possible in situations like this. So that really wasn't an option for us. So again, we decided to have basically just a straight up rematch with the same teams. And once again, about 40 minutes into the match, we got disconnected. Once again, my opponent was ahead at the time of the disconnect, and this time it actually said the disconnect was on my side. So we thought about it and talked about it a little more, and I decided at this point to actually go ahead and give the forfeit victory to my opponent. So this is obviously a very abysmal situation to be in. Not a decision that I take very lightly, but I do have my thought process behind it. Mainly because for a few different reasons. So number one is that I do have a limited amount of time to spend to devote to Pokemon, and I didn't want to have to reschedule the game for another day, make a whole new team, and then have it, kind of cut into my week 2 here for Pokemon for the league. So I didn't want to do any of that. Additionally, I was just really burned out at this point, and you can probably hear it in my voice perhaps still because I'm recording this right after this whole thing unfolded. I'm pretty burned out right now. This whole ordeal probably took upwards of like 3.5 hours, I want to say. So pretty much feel like I wasted my whole day on this and have nothing to show for it, to be honest with you guys. So pretty shitty feeling. But yeah, just kind of burned out with that, burned out with, as this kind of a side note, just burned out with the fact that my opponent was pretty much playing full stall, which is why the games took so long and there was just no progress. Yeah, just a very shitty situation to be in all around, and I just felt like, given the particulars of the situation during both disconnects, he was ahead, and I just wasn't interested in going through all that again. To what end? So it just seemed like the right thing to do, the sensible thing to do, the lesser of all the evils, as it were. So, but once again, just a very shitty situation, and a very shitty way to kind of start the BHDL4 off. So I'm pretty burned out, like I said, at this point. It kind of is what it is. Very disappointed. This was definitely not how I was hoping for this week to go. So yeah, very disappointing start to the BHDL4 for the Philadelphia Pidgeys. We will take a forfeit loss, so it will be counted as a 3-0 loss against us, and the Pidgeys will start the season off at 0-1. But yeah, it just kind of is what it is at this point. We just need to kind of try to get past it and move on, and hopefully bounce back. The season obviously has just begun. But yeah, just looking to hopefully move forward through it and have a better rest of the season than this, because this was pretty much just like the worst case scenario on all fronts, this situation here. So but yes, so that won't deter me, I will say, from having the first episode of the Captain's Recap, which will be coming out within the next couple of days. Oops, I've been talking too long, so the screen almost cut out on me. So, but anyway, yeah, so we're still going to be doing that. I'm still excited to do that, and looking forward to making that content for you guys. And I'm looking forward to hopefully just moving past this very, very shitty start to the BHDL4 for the Philadelphia Pidgeys, and hopefully bouncing back in week 2. But that's pretty much it for this one. Just wanted to let you guys know what was going on, and yeah, we've done just that. So, but that's it for this one. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy. And of course, stay tuned for more new videos in the future. We'll be back for episode 1 of the Captain's Recap and week 2 of the BHDL4. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.